The moment life begins to move is often the moment you stop standing still inside your own fear. For so long, you may have been waiting for something outside of you to change before you allowed yourself to breathe again. Waiting for the right person to love you. Waiting for the right door to open. Waiting for the money to come, the answer to arrive, the pain to leave, the sign to appear, the future to finally make sense. And while you were waiting, your heart may have been quietly saying, I cannot be at peace yet. I cannot feel safe yet. I cannot be happy yet. First, life must change. But my dear, what if life was not asking you to wait? What if life was asking you to open? What if the change you have been praying for has been standing at the door of your heart, waiting for you to stop holding the handle closed with worry? Sometimes we think we are waiting on life, but life is gently waiting on us. Waiting for us to soften, waiting for us to stop fighting the present moment, waiting for us to stop saying, not yet, not until everything looks perfect. Life is always moving, always breathing, always offering, but fear can make us feel frozen in place. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale peace. Exhale the need to know everything. Inhale trust. Exhale the tight feeling in your chest. Let your shoulders drop. Let your face soften. Let your hands open. You do not have to hold the whole future in your body today. You do not have to fix your life in one breath. You only need to come back to this moment and remember one simple truth. Life begins to move when you stop trying to force it and start allowing it to guide you. There is a quiet power in saying, I am done waiting in fear. Not done hoping, not done dreaming, not done believing, but done waiting as if your life is somewhere far away from you, done waiting as if peace is a prize you can only receive after everything is solved, done waiting as if love, joy, and healing are always outside your reach. The moment you stop waiting for life to become perfect before you feel safe, something inside begins to change. A door opens. A breath returns. A small light turns on in the heart. You may have spent many days saying, when things change, then I will relax. But life often works the other way. When you relax, things begin to change. When you stop gripping so tightly, new movement becomes possible. When you stop speaking to life with fear, life can answer you with peace. This does not mean you do nothing. It does not mean you give up on your dreams. It means you stop trying to drag life forward by force. It means you stop standing in front of the river and shouting at it to move faster. You step into the river. You let it carry you. Say softly within yourself, I relax. I trust life. I allow change to begin within me. Let those words move through you slowly. Do not rush them. Do not say them only with your mouth. Let your body hear them. Let the part of you that has been tired from waiting hear them. Let the part of you that has been trying so hard to hold everything together hear them. I relax. I trust life. I allow change to begin within me. These words are not just words. They are an opening. They are a new choice. They are a gentle message to life that says, I am willing now. I am willing to stop fighting myself. I am willing to stop delaying my peace. I am willing to stop believing that my good is far away. And when you become willing, even a little willing, life begins to meet you there. So much of our pain comes from the thought that life should already look different. The mind says, I should be further by now. I should have healed by now. I should know what comes next. I should have received the answer already. And each time the mind says this, the heart becomes smaller, the breath becomes shorter, the body becomes tight. We begin to look at the present moment as if it is an enemy. But the present moment is not your enemy. It is the only doorway life can use to reach you. If you are always waiting for tomorrow, you miss the small signs of love that are already here today. If you are always waiting for the big change, you may miss the little change that has already started. A peaceful thought, a deeper breath, a new idea, a feeling that maybe you do not have to be afraid forever. These are not small things. These are the first movements of healing. These are the first soft steps of life moving through you again. You do not have to wait until your whole life is different to begin feeling different. You can begin right here. You can begin with one breath. You can begin with one kind thought. You can begin with one moment of trust. You can begin by saying, I do not know how everything will change, but I am willing to stop closing myself to life. That willingness is sacred. That willingness is powerful. That willingness is the key. There is a deep difference between waiting and allowing. Waiting often feels heavy. It carries worry. It says, why is it not here ye? Why is nothing happening? What if it never comes? Waiting can make you feel separate from life, as if life is holding back from you. But allowing feels softer. Allowing says, I trust that something is moving, even if I cannot see it yet. Allowing says, I am open to the next step. Allowing says, I do not have to push the flower open. I can let it bloom. A flower does not sit in the soil saying, I am behind. I am late. I should be open by now. It receives the sun. It receives the rain. It lets the roots grow in the dark. And when the time is right, it opens naturally. You are also allowed to grow in your own time. You are allowed to heal gently. You are allowed to change without attacking yourself. You are allowed to let life move through you without demanding that every answer appear at once. My dear, maybe the reason things have felt stuck is not because life has forgotten you. Maybe your heart has been so busy protecting itself that it has not allowed new energy to enter. Maybe you have been holding on to old pain, old fear, old stories, old ways of seeing yourself. And now life is whispering, open your hands. Let me show you another way, not a harsh way, not a forced way, a softer way, a kinder way, a way that begins inside you. Place your hand over your heart for a moment, even if only in your mind, and say, I am willing to stop waiting in fear. I am willing to open to life now. Let that be enough. You do not need to feel perfect trust. You do not need to understand the whole path. You only need to be willing. Willingness is the small crack where light enters. Willingness is the first yes. Willingness is the moment the heart turns toward healing. There may be a part of you that says, but I have waited so long. And yes, maybe you have. Maybe you have waited for love to feel safe. Maybe you have waited for your body to heal. Maybe you have waited for a new chapter to begin. Maybe you have waited for a sign that you are not forgotten. I want you to breathe gently into that place. Do not judge yourself for waiting. Do not be angry with yourself for being afraid. You were doing the best you could with what you knew. And now you are learning a new way. The new way is not to wait with a closed heart. The new way is to live with an open one. The new way is to stop saying, I will begin when life changes, and to begin now with the life you have in front of you. Begin by blessing this day. Begin by blessing this breath. Begin by blessing the body that has carried you through so much. Begin by blessing the heart that still wants to believe in good things. Say softly, I bless this moment. I bless this breath. I bless the life that is moving through me now. Feel how different that is from fighting the moment. Feel how the body responds when you stop treating the present like a mistake. Life can only meet you where you are. And when you bless where you are, you become easier to reach. You become open. You become available to peace. Change does not always come with noise. Sometimes change begins as silence inside. Sometimes it begins as the first morning you do not wake up with the same heavy thought. Sometimes it begins as the moment you stop begging life to hurry and instead whisper, I trust you. Sometimes it begins as the day you realize you have been waiting for permission to live, and the permission was always yours. You're allowed to live before everything is fixed. You're allowed to smile before every problem is solved. You're allowed to feel hope before the answer arrives. You are allowed to be peaceful before the miracle is visible. Peace is not something you must wait for. Peace is something you can invite now. And when you invite peace now, you change the energy around everything. So breathe again. Let the old waiting leave your body little by little. Let the need to control every detail soften. Let the thought, nothing is moving, become something is moving, even if I cannot see it yet. Let the thought, I am stuck, become, life is guiding me from here. Let the thought, I am late, become, I am arriving in perfect time. Your life is not over because one door has not opened. Your dream is not dead because it has taken time. Your healing is not lost because some days still feel heavy. Life is still here. Love is still here. A new path can still open. And often that path begins the moment you stop waiting for life to change and choose to change the way you meet life. Say it again slowly. I relax. I trust life. I allow change to begin within me. Let it become your prayer. Let it become your breath. Let it become the new rhythm of your heart. Waiting can feel like a heavy room with no windows. You sit inside your own thoughts, looking for a sign, looking for movement, looking for proof that life has not forgotten you. The days pass, and the heart begins to ask, when will it be my turn? When will this finally change? When will I feel free? And if the answer does not come quickly, worry begins to grow. Fear begins to speak. The mind begins to imagine that nothing is happening, that nothing is working, that maybe the good you desire is not coming at all. But waiting becomes painful, not only because time is passing. Waiting becomes painful because of what you tell yourself while you wait. If you wait with fear, every day feels like proof that life is against you. If you wait with anger, every delay feels like punishment. If you wait with shame, every slow season feels like something is wrong with you. But if you wait with trust, the same season can become preparation. The same delay can become protection. The same quiet space can become a place where your soul grows stronger. Many people are not only waiting for life to change, they are waiting to give themselves love. They are waiting to approve of themselves. They are waiting to feel worthy. They say, when I become successful, then I will be proud of myself. When someone loves me, then I will feel lovable. When I look different, then I will accept my body. When I have more money, then I will feel safe. When everything is clear, then I will trust. But my dear, this kind of waiting keeps your own love away from you. You do not need to wait for life to become perfect before you speak kindly to yourself. You do not need to wait for another person to choose you before you choose yourself. You do not need to wait for the future to become clear before you take one peaceful breath today. If you place your peace at the end of a long road, you will always feel far from it. But if you bring peace into this moment, even in a small way, the road begins to feel different beneath your feet. Say softly, I do not wait for peace. I choose peace now. Let those words enter the place in you that has been waiting to feel safe. I do not wait for peace. I choose peace now. This does not mean you pretend everything is easy. It does not mean you deny your pain. It means you stop giving all your power to the outside world. It means you remember that even in the middle of change, you can place a gentle hand over your own heart. Sometimes, the pain of waiting comes from believing that nothing good can happen until one specific thing happens. You may think, I cannot be happy until this person comes back. I cannot feel safe until this problem is solved. I cannot begin again until I know exactly what will happen. But life is much wider than one door, one person, one plan, one answer. Life has many ways to reach you. Life has many paths. Life has many surprises. When you only stare at one closed door, you may not see the window opening behind you. Waiting with fear makes the world feel small. Trust makes the world feel open again. Fear says, "This is the only way." Trust says, "Life may know another way." Fear says, "If this does not happen now, I am lost." Trust says, "Even now, I am guided." Fear says, "Nothing is moving." Trust says, "Something is being arranged beyond what I can see." There is deep pain in believing that your life has paused while others move forward. You may look around and feel that everyone else is receiving, growing, loving, healing, becoming. And you may wonder why you are still in the same place. But do not compare your season to another person's season. A seed underground is not failing because the flower beside it has already bloomed. The seed is growing in a way that cannot yet be seen. Roots grow in the dark before anything rises into the light. You may be in a root season, a quiet season, a season where life is building something inside you before it shows outside you. Do not call this failure. Do not call this delay wasted time. Some of the most important growth happens in hidden places. Patience is not empty. Waiting is not always stillness. Sometimes waiting is where strength is formed. Sometimes waiting is where old beliefs come up to be healed. Sometimes waiting is where you learn to stop chasing love and become love to yourself. But if you wait by attacking yourself, the waiting becomes suffering. If every day begins with, "Why am I still here?" and ends with, "Something must be wrong with me," the heart becomes tired. It is not only the situation that hurts, it is the way you speak to yourself inside the situation. The soul does not heal through harsh words. The heart does not open through blame. Healing needs gentleness. Change needs space. Your nervous system needs to hear, "You are safe. You are not bad. You are learning. You are allowed to take one step at a time." Say softly, "I am gentle with myself while life is changing." Breathe that in. I am gentle with myself while life is changing. This is important because life may be changing more than you realize. But if you are only searching for a big outside sign, you may miss the inner movement. You may miss the fact that you are becoming more aware. You may miss the fact that you no longer want the same old pain. You may miss the fact that you are learning to pause before reacting. You may miss the fact that you are here, listening, opening, wanting to heal. That is movement. That is life beginning to shift. The pain of waiting also grows when we believe that the future is responsible for saving us. We imagine a future day when everything finally feels right. We think, "One day I will be calm. One day I will be loved. One day I will trust. One day I will feel enough. And there is nothing wrong with dreaming of a better day. Dreams are beautiful. Hope is beautiful. But the future cannot save the part of you that needs love today. The future can bring new forms, new people, new places, new blessings, but the heart still needs your kindness now. Do not abandon yourself while you wait. Do not leave your own heart outside in the cold until life gives you what you asked for. Sit with yourself now. Speak softly now. Breathe kindly now. Tell yourself, even before the answer comes, I am worthy of love. Even before the door opens, I am safe in this moment. Even before life looks different, I can choose a peaceful thought. This is how you bring your power back. Waiting becomes lighter when you stop using it as proof that you are forgotten. The mind may say, if it has not happened yet, then it will never happen. But the mind does not know everything. The mind sees only a small piece of the picture. It sees today's silence and calls it forever. It sees today's delay and calls it denial. It sees today's closed door and calls it the end. But life sees the whole pattern. Life sees what is forming. Life sees what is not ready yet. Life sees what is protecting you. Life sees what is being prepared. You do not have to force yourself to understand it all. You only need to stop making the delay mean that life does not love you. A delay is not proof that you are unloved. A quiet season is not proof that nothing is working. A closed door is not proof that no door will open. Sometimes life closes what is too small for you. Sometimes life pauses what would have hurt you. Sometimes life slows you down because your soul needs rest before the next chapter. Say softly, I trust that life is still working, even when I cannot see it. Let that become an anchor. I trust that life is still working, even when I cannot see it. Your body may not believe it at first. That is okay. Do not force belief. Let the words be like warm water over a tired place. Repeat them gently. Let them slowly teach your body that you are not I, and danger just because the future is not clear. You are allowed to not know. You are allowed to be in between. You are allowed to be on the bridge between the old life and the new life. There is also a deep sadness that can come when you feel you have waited too long. Maybe you think, I should have changed earlier. I should have known better. I should have started sooner. But those thoughts only place more weight on a heart that is already tired. You cannot heal yesterday by attacking yourself today. You cannot create a loving future by hating the path that brought you here. Every step has taught you something. Every season has shaped you. Even the years that felt lost have given you wisdom, softness, depth, and understanding. Nothing is wasted when you bring love to it. Even pain can become wisdom. Even waiting can become patience. Even fear can become compassion. Even old mistakes can become new choices. Life is not asking you to punish yourself for the past. Life is inviting you to meet this moment with a new heart. So maybe today you stop saying, "I wasted so much time," and begin saying, "I am here now." Maybe today you stop saying, "It is too late," and begin saying, "This moment is still alive." Maybe today you stop saying, "Nothing has changed," and begin saying, "I am changing," and that matters. Because it does matter. The smallest inner shift matters. The moment you stop speaking to yourself with cruelty matters. The moment you choose one peaceful breath matters. The moment you decide not to chase what hurts you matters. The moment you say, "I want to live differently," matters. Life hears these moments. Your body hears these moments. Your future is shaped by these moments. Waiting with fear can feel like standing at a locked gate. But choosing peace now is like discovering the gate was never the only way forward. There is a path under your feet. There is breath in your body. There is wisdom in your heart. There is still love available to you. And there is movement that begins not from panic, but from peace. Say again, "I do not wait for peace. I choose peace now. I do not wait for love. I give love to myself now. I do not wait for life to prove I am safe. I begin to feel safe within my own heart now." These words do not end the journey. They begin it. They turn the waiting room into a healing room. They turn the delay into a place of inner return. They turn the present moment from something you resist into something you can gently hold. You are not weak because you are tired of waiting. You are human. You have wanted good things. You have wanted answers. You have wanted relief. There is nothing wrong with that. But today, you are being invited into a softer truth. You do not have to wait in pain. You can wait with trust. You can wait with kindness. You can wait with open hands. And as you do, it may no longer feel like waiting at all. It may begin to feel like becoming. The outside world often begins to change after something quiet changes inside. Not always in a loud way. Not always in a way anyone else can see. Sometimes the great turning point of a life is a simple moment when the heart becomes tired of fighting. A moment when you stop asking, "Why is nothing changing?" and begin asking, "How can I meet this moment with love?" A moment when you stop waiting for life to become kind before you become kind to yourself. This inner change may begin softly. It may begin with one breath, one thought, one decision, one gentle no to fear, one quiet yes to trust. You may still have the same house, the same job, the same questions, the same bills, the same body, the same relationships, but something inside you is not the same. You are no longer standing against life with closed fists. You are beginning to open your hands. And when the hands open, the heart opens. And when the heart opens, life has room to move. The moment of inner change is the moment you stop making the present moment wrong. You may still want things to improve. You may still have dreams. You may still ask for healing, love, peace, and better days. But you stop saying, "This moment should not exist." You stop using your energy to argue with what is already here. And that does not mean you approve of every painful thing. It does not mean you enjoy struggle. It means you stop adding a second layer of suffering by fighting reality with every breath. Acceptance is not giving up. Acceptance is taking your power back from the argument. It says, "This is what is here right now, and I choose to meet it with a calm heart." From that place, you can hear guidance. From that place, you can see the next step. From that place, you are no longer blinded by panic. You become available to wisdom. Say softly, "My life begins to change as I change my thoughts." Let this be simple. My life begins to change as I change my thoughts. Your thoughts are not small. They are the words you plant in the garden of your mind. If you plant, "Nothing works for me," you will look for proof that nothing works. If you plant, "I am always stuck," you will feel trapped even when a door is nearby. But if you plant, "Life is helping me now," your eyes begin to look for help. If you plant, "I am open to a new way," your heart begins to notice new paths. This is not about blaming yourself for every hard thing. It is not about saying you caused all your pain. No, my dear. This is about remembering that you have power in this moment. You may not control every event, but you can begin to choose the energy you bring to it. You can choose a kinder thought. You can choose a softer breath. You can choose not to keep repeating the same sentence of fear. You can choose to speak to yourself as someone worth loving. The old thought may say, "Nothing is changing." The new thought can say, "Something is changing in me." The old thought may say, "I am alone." The new thought can say, "Life is with me even now." The old thought may say, "I cannot handle this." The new thought can say, "I can take one breath, one step, one moment at a time." This is how inner change begins, not by fighting the old thought with anger, but by gently choosing again. For many people, the hard is this. The part is that they have become used to fear. Fear can feel familiar. Worry can feel like preparation. Control can feel like safety. The mind may think, "If I worry enough, I will be ready. If I think about every bad thing, I will be protected." But worry does not protect the heart. It only tires it. Control does not create true safety. It only makes the body tight. Real safety begins when you remember that you can meet life from a place of trust instead of fear. Trust does not mean you know what will happen. Trust means you believe you will be guided as it happens. Trust means you do not have to see the whole road to take the next step. Trust means you let life breathe with you. Trust means you stop holding your breath until everything is perfect. Take a slow breath now and say, I am willing to trust life in this moment. Not forever, not perfectly, just this moment. I am willing to trust life in this moment. That is enough. The mind may ask, but what about tomorrow? Gently tell the mind, tomorrow will have its breath too. Right now, I am here. Inner change begins in the now. Not when the bank account changes, not when the relationship changes, not when someone understands you, not when the body feels perfect, not when the whole path becomes clear. It begins when you decide that your peace is too precious to keep giving away to every outside condition. It begins when you stop saying, I will love myself after I improve, and start saying, I love myself as I grow. There is great power in blessing yourself before you feel finished. So many people wait until they are healed before they become gentle with themselves. But gentleness is part of the healing. So many people wait until they feel worthy before they receive good. But receiving good is part of remembering worth. So many people wait until they feel strong before they stop criticizing themselves. But stopping the criticism is what helps strength return. You do not need to become a new person by force. You need to become a safer place for yourself, a place where your own heart can rest, a place where your fears are not mocked, a place where your old pain is not hated, a place where your dreams are not called foolish. When you become safe inside, life feels safer outside. When you stop attacking yourself, you have more energy to notice guidance. When you stop living as your own enemy, something beautiful begins to move. Say softly, I am becoming a safe place for myself. Breathe. I am becoming a safe place for myself. These words may touch something tender. Let them. You may have spent years being hard on yourself, years pushing, years judging, years thinking love had to be earned. But now a new voice can begin. A voice that says, I am here. I am listening. I will not leave myself anymore. The moment of inner change can also come when you stop asking life to prove your worth. You are worthy before the answer comes. You are worthy before the door opens. You are worthy before anyone chooses you. You are worthy before success. You are worthy before healing is complete. Your worth is not waiting at the end of the road. It came with you. It has been with you through every season. When you know this, you stop begging life from a place of emptiness. You begin receiving life from a place of dignity. You stop saying, please give me this so I can finally feel enough. You begin saying, I am enough, and I am open to receive what is good for me. That is a different energy. That is a peaceful energy. That is an energy life can work with. There is a great softness that comes when you no longer chase what does not meet you. You stop forcing people to understand your heart. You stop pushing doors that feel heavy and closed. You stop trying to make old stories become new blessings. You stop feeding the thought that you must suffer to be loved. You begin to ask, what feels peaceful? What feels honest? What feels kind to my soul? And slowly, your choices begin to change. This is when life starts moving. Not because you screamed louder, not because you pushed harder, not because you finally controlled every detail. Life starts moving because you are no longer blocking the flow with the same old fear. You are no longer saying yes to what drains you and no to what nourishes you. You are no longer making yourself small to fit into places that cannot hold your light. You are becoming open to the life that matches your healing. The mind may want a big sign. It may want proof that everything is changing. But inner change often begins before proof. First, the thought changes. Then, the feeling softens. Then, the choice becomes different. Then, the pattern begins to break. Then, the outside world slowly reflects the new energy. Do not dismiss the beginning just because it is quiet. Quiet beginnings can create deep change. A peaceful thought repeated often becomes a new path in the mind. A kind word spoken to yourself each morning becomes a new relationship with your own heart. A small act of trust done daily becomes a new way of living. This is how life changes, not only through one great miracle, but through many small moments where you choose love instead of fear. Imagine a room that has been dark for a long time. You do not need to fight the darkness. You do not need to shout at it. You only need to open the curtain. Light knows what to do. In the same way, you do not need to fight every old belief at once. You begin opening. You open through a kinder thought. You open through a calmer breath. You open through one new choice. And the light begins to enter. Say, I open to a new way of thinking. I open to a new way of living. I open to the good that life has for me. Let these words be simple. Simple words often reach the deepest places. You do not need hard words to heal. You need true words. You need loving words. You need words your heart can believe little by little. Maybe today your inner change is this. You stop calling yourself stuck. Maybe today, instead, you say, I am in a sacred pause. Maybe today you stop saying nothing ever works out and say, I am willing to see how life is helping me. Maybe today you stop waking up and asking, what is wrong? And begin asking, what can I bless? These are small changes, but they are powerful. They change the direction of your attention. And where your attention goes, your energy flows. When you bless what is here, you are not saying everything is perfect. You are saying, I choose to see with softer eyes. You can bless your body for carrying you. You can bless your breath for staying with you. You can bless the morning for giving you another beginning. You can bless the lesson even if it has been hard. You can bless the unknown even if you do not understand it yet. Blessing is a way of opening the heart. The old self waits for proof before it trusts. The new self practices trust and then begins to see proof. The old self says, show me first, then I will believe. The new self says, I am willing to believe gently, and I will notice what life shows me. This does not mean blind belief. It means soft belief. It means you stop closing the door before life has a chance to knock. Inner change is also the moment you stop asking, why me? And begin asking, what is this teaching me? This question must be asked with love, not blame. Not every pain has a simple reason. Not every hard thing needs to be explained. But the soul can often receive wisdom from what the mind cannot understand. You may learn patience. You may learn self-love. You may learn boundaries. You may learn courage. You may learn that your peace cannot depend on another person's behavior. You may learn that you are stronger than the fear said you were. And when you learn, life moves. The same lesson does not have to keep arriving in the same way. The same pattern does not have to keep repeating. The same pain does not have to keep being your home. Awareness opens the door. Love walks you through it. Say softly, I am willing to learn with love. I am willing to grow with ease. I am willing to let life teach me gently. These words can calm the part of you that believes growth must always be painful. Growth can be gentle. Change can be gentle. Healing can be gentle. You do not have to break yourself open. You can soften open. There may be days when you fall back into old thoughts. That does not mean you have failed. It means you are practicing. A new way of thinking is like a new path through a field. At first, the old path is easier to walk because it has been used so many times. But each time you choose the new thought, each time you speak kindly, each time you breathe instead of panic, the new path becomes clearer. Be patient with yourself. You are not trying to become perfect. You are learning to return. Return to trust. Return to your breath. Return to this moment. Return to the gentle truth. Life can change through you, not only around you. The moment of inner change does not need to be dramatic. It may be the moment you stop checking for evidence that you are unloved. It may be the moment you stop repeating the old story. It may be the moment you forgive yourself for not knowing sooner. It may be the moment you say, I am ready to think a thought that helps me. That is sacred. That is movement. That is the beginning of a new life from the inside out. Say, my life begins to change as I change my thoughts. My heart begins to heal as I speak with love. My path begins to open as I trust the next step. Feel the calm in those words. They do not rush. They do not push. They do not demand. They allow. And in allowing, life begins to breathe again. You do not have to wait for a perfect day to begin. Begin in the middle of the mess. Begin with the questions still open. Begin with the tears still drying. Begin with a small breath and a soft word. Begin by choosing not to abandon yourself today. Begin by saying, I am here and life is here with me. That is the moment everything starts moving. Not because the whole world changes at once, but because you are no longer the same inside the world. You are softer. You are more open. You are less willing to live from fear. You are more willing to let life love you in ways you have not yet imagined. There comes a moment when the soul grows tired of trying to push life ahead before it is ready. You may know this feeling. The mind keeps planning, fixing, checking, asking, wondering, and trying to make every piece fall into place. You think, if I can just control this one thing, then I will feel safe. If I can just make this happen, then I will relax. If I can just know what comes next, then I will trust. But my dear, this is not peace. This is fear wearing the mask of control. The future cannot be forced open like a locked door. It opens in its own time, in its own way, through the right people, the right lessons, the right moments, and the right inner change. When we try to force the future, we are often saying to life, I do not trust you. I do not believe you can guide me. I must do this alone. And that belief becomes heavy. It makes the body tight. It makes the heart afraid. It makes every delay feel like danger. But life was never asking you to carry the whole future. Life was only asking you to take the next breath, the next step, the next loving thought. The future is not built by panic. It is built by trust, by small choices, by daily thoughts, by quiet faith, by the way you meet this moment. The more you try to force tomorrow, the less you can feel the wisdom that is here today. Take a deep breath and say softly, I release control. I trust the flow of life. Let those words move through you slowly. I release control. I trust the flow of life. Notice what happens in your body. Maybe your shoulders soften. Maybe your jaw relaxes. Maybe a small part of your heart says, I am tired of holding so much. Let that part of you rest. You were never meant to hold everything. Trying to force the future is like standing beside a river and demanding that it move faster. You can shout at the water. You can push against it. You can become angry because it turns left when you wanted it to turn right. But the river knows where it is going. It knows how to move around stones. It knows how to find the open path. It does not need your fear to guide it. It only asks you to step in and trust the current. Life is like that river. It has a rhythm. It has a wisdom. It carries you even when you cannot see the full path ahead. But when you fight the river, you become tired. When you try to swim against it, your body grows weak. When you grip the side and refuse to move, you begin to believe the river has stopped. But the river has not stopped. You are the one holding on. So today, maybe it is time to loosen your grip. Not because you do not care, not because your dreams do not matter, but because your peace matters too. Your health matters, your heart matters, your spirit matters. You can want something deeply and still release the need to control how it comes. You can love a dream and still trust its timing. You can pray for a door to open and still stop trying to break it down. There is a gentle way to live. It does not mean life will never ask you to act. It does not mean you sit still forever. It means your action comes from peace instead of panic. It means you move when your heart feels clear. It means you listen for the quiet nudge. It means you stop running in circles just because fear says you must do more. Sometimes the future does not move because we are trying to pull it from the wrong place. We try to create love from fear. We try to create success from shame. We try to create healing from self-hate. We try to create peace by fighting ourselves. But what is born from fear often brings more fear. What is born from trust brings more peace. This is why the energy you carry matters. The way you move matters. The reason behind your action matters. Ask yourself gently, am I moving from fear or am I moving from trust? Do not judge the answer. Just notice. If you are moving from fear, breathe. Place your hand on your heart and say, I can choose again. You are always allowed to choose again. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to step back. You are allowed to stop forcing what is hurting you. When the mind is afraid, it wants to know everything now. It wants the full map. It wants the promise. It wants the date, the person, the answer, the sign, the perfect proof. But life rarely gives the whole map at once. Life gives one step, then another, then another. And with each step, more is shown. This is not because life is hiding from you. It is because life knows that your heart can walk one step at a time. If you saw the whole path at once, you might become afraid. You might run back to the old place. You might think, this is too much. So life gently reveals what you need as you are ready. A small idea, a quiet feeling, a door you had not noticed, a person who says the right words, a moment of peace that gives you courage. This is how guidance often works. It is not always loud. It is often soft. and you can only hear it when you stop shouting at life through fear. Say softly, I do not need to know the whole path. I trust the next step. Breathe with that. I do not need to know the whole path. I trust the next step. Let this become a comfort. Let it remind you that the unknown is not empty. The unknown can be full of grace. The unknown can be where life is preparing something better than what you were trying to force. Sometimes we force the future because we are afraid the past will repeat itself. We say, I must control this because I was hurt before. I must protect myself because something went wrong before. I must make sure nothing bad happens again. And this is understandable. The heart remembers pain. The body remembers disappointment. But my dear, control is not the same as safety. You can be careful without being closed. You can be wise without being afraid of life. You can protect your peace without building a wall around your heart. The future does not need to be punished for what the past did. A new day does not need to carry the weight of every old wound. You are allowed to meet life again with gentle eyes. You are allowed to say, I have been hurt, but I am still open to good. I have been disappointed, but I am still willing to trust life little by little. I have known fear, but I do not have to let fear lead me forever. This is where freedom begins. Not when the future becomes certain, but when you stop making uncertainty your enemy. The future has always been uncertain. Even on the days you thought you had control, life was still larger than your plans. And yet, you are here. You have made it through so much. You have been carried through days you did not know how to face. You have survived moments you thought would break you. Life has moved through you before, and life can move through you now. Say, life has carried me before. Life carries me now. Let those words settle in your body. Life has carried me before. Life carries me now. You do not have to believe it perfectly. Just let the words sit beside you like a kind friend. Forcing the future also comes from the belief that you are running out of time. The mind says, hurry, you are late, others are ahead. You should have more by now. You should be more by now. But the soul does not grow by being rushed. Healing does not become deeper because you shame yourself. Love does not arrive faster because you panic. Your good is not late because it has not arrived in the shape you expected. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are in your own sacred timing. There are things you could not receive before because you were still learning how to love yourself. There are doors that could not open before because you were still being guided away from what was too small. There are blessings that needed you to become softer, stronger, wiser, more ready. This does not mean you were wrong before. It means life was preparing you. The flower does not open before its time. The moon does not rush its phases. The tide does not apologize for coming in and going out. Nature does not panic. and still everything moves. The sun rises, the leaves grow, the seasons turn. Life knows how to move without fear, and you are part of life. You are not separate from this wisdom. The same wisdom that turns the seasons is also moving within you. When you remember this, you stop fighting your own pace. You stop demanding that your soul heal faster. You stop treating your journey like a race. You begin to say, I honor the timing of my life. I honor the way I am growing. I honor the path that is opening before me. This is not giving up. This is becoming kind to your own unfolding. Say softly, I honor my timing. I trust my becoming. Let it be simple. I honor my timing. I trust my becoming. These are healing words. They tell the body, you do not have to rush to be loved. You do not have to hurry to be safe. You do not have to prove that you are worthy of good. The future opens more easily when you stop trying to make it happen from a place of fear. Fear grips. Trust opens. Fear says, I must make this happen or I will not be okay. Trust says, I take the step I can take and life meets me there. Fear says, it has to be this way. Trust says, I am open to the way that is best for me. Fear says, I cannot rest until I know. Trust says, I can rest because I am guided. There is so much relief in being open to a better way. Sometimes we suffer because we are attached to one picture. We say, it must be this person. It must happen this month. It must come through this door. It must look exactly the way I imagined. But life may have a kinder plan. Life may have a wider path. Life may be bringing something that fits your soul better than the thing your fear was chasing. Open your hands, even if only in your heart. Say, I am open to the best way. I am open to the right timing. I am open to good in forms I did not expect. Feel the space those words create. You are no longer telling life it has only one way to bless you. You are allowing life to be wise. You are allowing good to come through many doors. This is how forcing begins to soften into faith. You still have dreams, but they no longer own your peace. You still have prayers, but they no longer make you feel empty while you wait. You still move forward, but you no longer run because fear is chasing you. You walk with life. You listen. You breathe. You trust. And when you live this way, you may notice something beautiful. The next step becomes clearer. The right people feel easier to recognize. The wrong doors feel less tempting. Your body begins to tell you what feels peaceful and what feels forced. You become more aware of the difference between a true inner nudge and a fearful push. That awareness is a gift. The future does not need your fear. It needs your openness. It needs your willingness. It needs your trust. It needs you to stop filling every quiet space with worry and start letting that quiet space become a place where guidance can rise. So today, let the future breathe. Let your dream breathe. Let your heart breathe. You do not have to press your hands against life and demand that it move. You can step back. You can soften. You can say, I am ready to be guided. I am ready to stop forcing. I am ready to let the right things come in the right way. Say again, I release control. I trust the flow of life. I do not need to know the whole path. I trust the next step. I am open to the best way. I am open to the right timing. I am open to life. Let these words be a river inside you. Let them carry away the pressure. Let them wash through the fear. Let them remind you that you are not alone in this life. There is a wisdom moving with you. There is a love holding you. There is a path opening even now. Resistance often begins as one small no inside the heart. No to this moment. No to this feeling. No to this delay. No to this change. No to what has ended. No to what has not yet begun. And each no may feel like protection, but after a while, it becomes a wall. The heart becomes tired from pushing against life. The body becomes tight from holding back tears, truth, and trust. The mind becomes full of questions that have no gentle place to rest. Resistance says, this should not be happening. Trust says, I may not understand this yet, but I know life is guiding me. Resistance says, I cannot be okay until this changes. Trust says, I can find a breath of peace even here. Resistance says, this moment is against me. Trust says, this moment may still carry a lesson, a blessing, or a doorway I cannot see yet. My dear, resistance is not bad. It is often fear asking for love. It is the part of you that does not feel safe yet. It is the part that remembers old pain. It is the part that wants to protect you from being disappointed again. So do not hate your resistance. Do not fight it with more force. Sit with it gently. Place a hand on your heart and say, I see you. I know you are afraid. But we do not have to fight life anymore. When you stop resisting, you do not become weak. You become available to peace, available to guidance, available to a new thought, available to a solution that fear could not see. Resistance closes the door and says, nothing can come in unless it looks the way I demand. Trust opens the door and says, life, show me the way that is highest and best. Say softly, I accept this moment and I trust that good can come from it. Let the words be gentle. I accept this moment and I trust that good can come from it. This does not mean everything feels good. This does not mean every situation is easy. It means you are willing to stop using all your strength to fight what is already here. It means you are ready to take that strength back and use it for healing. Acceptance is not the same as staying where you are forever. Acceptance is not saying yes to pain. Acceptance is not allowing what harms you. Acceptance is simply telling the truth about this moment without adding hatred to it. It says, "This is here. This is what I feel. This is what I am facing. And from this honest place, I can choose my next step." That honesty is powerful. It clears the fog. Many people think that if they accept the present, nothing will change. But often, the opposite is true. When you accept the present, you stop wasting energy fighting reality. That energy returns to you. You can breathe. You can see. You can hear your own inner wisdom. You can make a choice from peace instead of panic. This is when life begins to move. Think of a knot in a necklace. If you pull hard on both sides, the knot becomes tighter. But if you soften your hands and gently create space, the knot begins to loosen. Your life can be like this too. When you pull, force, blame, and panic, the knot becomes tighter. But when you breathe, soften, listen, and allow, something begins to loosen. Not all at once, perhaps, but enough for the next breath, enough for the next step. Resistance often shows up in the body before it shows up in words. A tight chest, a heavy stomach, a clenched jaw, a tired mind, a feeling that you must hold everything together or everything will fall apart. But what if things do not fall apart when you loosen your grip? What if they fall into place? What if your tightness is not holding life together, but keeping peace away? Take a slow breath and let your body hear this. I do not have to fight this moment. I can soften into guidance. Again, I do not have to fight this moment. I can soften into guidance. Let this be a new message to your nervous system. Let your body know that peace is allowed even before everything is solved. Sometimes resistance comes because the present moment does not match the picture you had in your mind. You thought life would look different by now. You thought you would be somewhere else, feel something else, have something else, understand something else. And when life does not match the picture, the heart grieves. That grief is real. It deserves tenderness. But do not let grief become a prison. Do not let the picture in your mind make you miss the love that is still here. Life may not look the way you planned, but that does not mean it has no beauty. It may not be moving the way you expected, but that does not mean it is not moving. It may not be giving you the answer you wanted, but that does not mean there is no answer. Sometimes the path changes because your soul is being guided towards something more honest, more peaceful, more aligned. The mind loves familiar things, even when they hurt. It may resist a new path because the old pain feels known. It may resist peace because worry feels normal. It may resist love because protection has become a habit. But habits can change. The heart can learn safety again. The body can learn calm again. The mind can learn new words. Say, I am safe to release old resistance. I am safe to open to a new way. I am safe to let life help me. Let these words be simple. Let them be soft. You do not need to break resistance. You only need to bring love to it. Love melts what force cannot change. Resistance also hides in the words we repeat each day. I cannot. It will never happen. Nothing works for me. I am always alone. Life is hard. I am stuck. These words may feel true when you are hurting, but they can become walls in the mind. They tell life, this is the only story I am willing to see. And life, which responds to the energy we carry, reflects that story again and again. But you can begin to speak differently, not in a false way, not by pretending, but in a healing way. Instead of, I cannot, you can say, I am learning. Instead of, it will never happen, you can say, I am open to good in the right time. Instead of nothing works for me, you can say, life is finding a way to support me. Instead of I am stuck, you can say, I am in a moment of change. These new words are like fresh air in a closed room. At first, the old air may still be there. The old thoughts may still return. But each new word opens the window a little wider. Each loving thought brings more space. Each peaceful choice invites more light. Say softly, I choose words that open my heart. I choose thoughts that help me heal. I choose peace, one moment at a time. This is how resistance begins to loosen, not by force, but by choice. Not by shame, but by awareness. Not by trying to become perfect, but by becoming kinder to the places inside you that are afraid. When you stop resisting, you begin to see that life has been trying to help you all along. The closed door may have protected you. The delay may have prepared you. The ending may have cleared space. The quiet season may have brought you back to yourself. The unanswered prayer may have been guiding you toward a higher answer. You may not see it all now, but you can begin to trust that life is not against you. This is a powerful shift. To move from life is against me to life is guiding me. To move from I am being punished to I am being prepared. To move from nothing is working to something is forming. These shifts may seem small, but they change the way you walk through your days. They change how your body feels. They change what you notice. They change what you allow. The same situation can feel different when you stop resisting it. A quiet season can become rest. A delay can become time to grow. A closed door can become direction. A hard conversation can become truth. A loss can become space for something more aligned. This does not make pain easy, but it gives pain a softer place to land. My dear, life does not ask you to smile at what hurts. It asks you to stop believing that hurt is the end of the story. Life does not ask you to deny your tears. It asks you to let the tears cleanse you instead of closing you. Life does not ask you to pretend you are not afraid. It asks you to hold your fear with love and still take one gentle step. So if you feel resistance today, do not push it away. Listen to it. Ask, what are you trying to protect me from? Maybe it is afraid of disappointment. Maybe it is afraid of loss. Maybe it is afraid that if you trust again, you will be hurt again. Answer it with kindness. Say, thank you for trying to protect me, but we are learning a new way now. We can be open and wise. We can be soft and safe. We can trust life one breath at a time. That is the beginning of freedom. Resistance loses power when it is met with love. Fear loses power when it is heard gently. Old patterns lose power when you stop obeying them without quiet estian. You do not have to repeat the same reaction forever. You can pause. You can breathe. You can choose again. In that pause, life enters. In that breath, guidance returns. In that choice, the future begins to change. Say, I pause, I breathe, I choose again. I pause, I breathe, I choose peace. I pause, I breathe, I allow life to move. Let these words become a practice. When the mind races, pause. When the body tightens, breathe. When the old story returns, choose again. This is not small. This is how healing becomes real. There is a moment when the heart finally says, I am tired of fighting what I cannot change. I am ready to work with life instead of against it. That moment is holy. That moment is a doorway. That moment is when the river can begin to carry you again. You may not know where the river is taking you. That is okay. You do not need to see every turn. You only need to stop standing on the bank, refusing to move because the path is not clear. Step in with trust. Let life hold you. Let the current teach you that movement does not always require force. The more you stop resisting, the more you begin to notice small signs of movement. A softer thought, a calmer breath, a new idea, a clearer boundary, a sense that you can handle today, a feeling that perhaps life is not over. These are sacred signs. Do not ignore them because they are small. Every great change begins with a small opening. Say softly, I am open to movement. I am open to healing. I am open to life helping me in ways I can see and ways I cannot yet see. You do not need to force this opening. Just allow it. Just let the words sit inside you. Let them touch the tired places. Let them remind you that resistance is not your home. Peace is your home. Trust is your home. Love is your home. And you can return home one breath at a time. Many people believe peace will come after the miracle. They think, when the healing happens, then I will relax. When the answer comes, then I will breathe. When the money arrives, then I will feel safe. When the relationship changes, then I will be calm. When life finally looks the way I want, then I will trust. But my dear, peace is not only the reward after everything changes. Peace is often the energy that helps things change. When you choose peace before the miracle, you are telling life, I trust you even before I see proof. This is a deep spiritual practice. It does not mean you never feel afraid. It does not mean you never cry. It does not mean you pretend that nothing matters. It means you do not let fear become the leader of your life. It means you give your heart a safe place to rest while life is still unfolding. Say softly, my calm heart allows miracles to find me. Let the words move slowly. My calm heart allows miracles to find me. Notice how gentle this is. You are not chasing the miracle. You are not begging for it. You are not saying life must hurry. You are becoming open enough to receive what is already moving toward you. A miracle needs space. It needs a heart that is not so full of fear that there is no room for grace. If while our hands are clenched, how can you receive? If your mind is shouting, how can you hear guidance? If your body is always bracing for the worst, how can it recognize the good when it arrives? Peace creates space. Peace opens the hands. Peace quiets the mind enough for the next step to appear. Think of a still lake. When the water is wild and stirred, you cannot see the reflection clearly. But when the water becomes calm, the sky appears on the surface. Your heart is like that lake. When fear is stirring everything inside you, it is hard to see clearly. But when you choose even a small moment of peace, clarity begins to rise. You may suddenly know what to do. You may feel what to release. You may sense where to go. You may understand that you are safer than you thought. Peace is not doing nothing. Peace is not weakness. Peace is power without panic. Peace is action guided by love instead of fear. Peace is the place where you can hear the quiet voice within. Peace is the ground where miracles grow. The world may tell you that worry means you care, but worry is not love. Worry is not wisdom. Worry is the mind trying to control what only life can hold. You can care deeply and still be peaceful. You can want something with all your heart and still trust its timing. You can take action and still breathe. You can have a dream and still let it unfold in a way that is right for your soul. Say, I can care without worrying. I can act without forcing. I can trust without knowing. These words free the heart. They remind you that you do not have to choose between caring and peace. You can have both. In fact, your care becomes clearer when it is not covered by fear. Your choices become wiser. Your words become kinder. Your body becomes less tired. Your energy becomes more open. Choosing peace before the miracle is like lighting a candle before the sun rises. The dawn may not be here yet, but you are no longer sitting in total darkness. Your small light matters. Your calm thought matters. Your gentle breath matters. These are not small things. They are signals to your whole being that say, we are safe enough to soften now. There may still be problems. There may still be unanswered questions. There may still be things you wish were different. But peace does not require a perfect life. Peace begins when you stop letting every problem decide who you are. You are more than this delay. You are more than this fear. You are more than this waiting. You are a soul learning to trust life more deeply. The miracle you are waiting for may not begin outside you. It may begin as peace in the middle of the unknown. It may begin as a new thought that says, maybe I do not have to suffer through this. It may begin as the strength to stop chasing what is not choosing you. It may begin as a calm feeling that you are guided. It may begin as forgiveness. It may begin as rest. It may begin as the moment you stop hating where you are. Do not overlook these miracles because they are quiet. A peaceful breath after days of worry is a miracle. A kind thought after years of self-criticism is a miracle. A moment of trust after a long season of fear is a miracle. The heart opening again is a miracle. The body softening is a miracle. The choice to keep going with love is a miracle. Say softly, I notice the miracles already here. I welcome the miracles on their way. I become peaceful and life meets me in peace. When your energy becomes calm, life responds differently. This does not mean you control life with your thoughts. It means your inner state changes what you can see, what you choose, what you allow, and what you attract. When you are full of panic, you may choose from fear. You may say yes to things that drain you. You may run toward doors that are not meant for you. You may miss the quiet door that opens gently. But when you are peaceful, you can recognize what feels right. You can feel the difference between pressure and guidance. Pressure feels tight. Guidance feels clear. Pressure says, hurry or you will lose everything. Guidance says, take the next loving step. Pressure feels like fear. Guidance feels like truth. Pressure drains you. Guidance may stretch you, but it does not destroy your peace. This is why peace before the miracle is so important. Peace helps you know what is yours and what is not. Peace helps you stop forcing what is not aligned. Peace helps you receive what is. Peace helps you recognize a blessing without pushing it away because it looks different from what you expected. Sometimes good comes softly. Sometimes the answer comes as a small idea while you are resting. Sometimes the right step appears after you finally stop asking the same question over and over. Sometimes healing begins when you stop treating your body like an enemy. Sometimes love grows when you stop begging for it and start becoming loving toward yourself. Sometimes money shifts when you stop speaking of lack all day and begin blessing what you have while opening to more. Peace does not make you passive. Peace makes you receptive, and being receptive is powerful. It means your hands are open, your mind is willing, your heart is listening. Your energy is no longer fighting the very good you are asking for. Say, I am open to receive in peace. I am open to be guided in peace. I am open to change in peace. Let the word peace become like a soft blanket around your nervous system. You do not have to earn peace by solving every problem. You can invite peace now while life is still changing. You can sit with yourself and say, even here I can breathe. Even here I can choose one gentle thought. Even here life is with me. There is a sacred strength in being calm before the answer. It tells the fear inside you that it is not in charge anymore. It tells the old story that it does not get to decide your future. It tells your body that you are not waiting for danger, you are opening to good. And little by little, the body learns. The breath deepens, the heart softens, the mind becomes quieter. You may need to choose peace many times in one day. That is okay. Peace is a practice. It is not something you choose once and never lose again. You may choose peace in the morning, then lose it by noon, then choose it again in the evening. This does not mean you failed. It means you are practicing returning. Every return makes the path stronger. Every return teaches your heart that peace is still available. When fear rises, say, I return to peace. When worry speaks, say, I return to trust. When the future feels too big, say, I return to this breath. When the old story comes back, say, I return to love. This is the way, not perfection. Return. The miracle may be closer than you think, but do not make peace depend on its arrival. Let peace be your home now. Let peace be the way you prepare to receive. Let peace be the soil where your next chapter grows. A rushed heart may miss the blessing. A fearful mind may doubt the answer. But a peaceful spirit can say, thank you, life. I am ready. I may not know how, but I trust that good is unfolding. Take a deep breath and imagine peace filling the space around your heart. not a loud peace, not a forced peace, a simple peace, a peace that says, this moment is enough for this breath. Let it spread through your chest, your shoulders, your hands, your stomach. Let every part of you hear. You do not have to be afraid of life. You are being guided. Say, I am guided. I am supported. I am safe to receive good. Sometimes that is all the heart needs to hear. Not a long plan, not every answer, just a gentle reminder that it is not alone. Choosing peace before the miracle also changes how you pray. Instead of praying from panic, you begin praying from trust. Instead of saying, please fix this because I cannot be okay, you say, life, guide me. I am willing to receive the highest good. I trust the timing. I trust the path. I trust that I am held. That prayer feels different. It does not come from emptiness. It comes from openness. And life responds to openness. You may notice that after choosing peace, the same situation feels less heavy. Maybe the problem has not changed yet, but you have. Maybe the answer has not arrived yet, but your body is no longer shaking around the question. Maybe the door has not opened yet, but you are no longer standing before it with fear. This is not nothing. This is everything beginning to move from within. The first miracle is often the return of peace. The second miracle is the clarity that peace brings. The third miracle is the new step you take from that clarity. And then, little by little, the outside world begins to shift because you are no longer meeting it with the same energy. Say softly, peace begins in me. Change begins in me. Miracles find me when I am open. Let this be your practice today. Before you ask life to change, bring peace to your own heart. Before you demand an answer, breathe. Before you chase the next thing, pause and listen. Before you decide that nothing is happening, ask yourself, can I choose peace right here? And if the answer is only a small yes, that is enough. A small yes can open a large door. A small breath can calm a storm inside. A small moment of trust can begin a new chapter. You do not have to wait for the miracle to become peaceful. Become peaceful and let that peace prepare the way. Let that peace open the hands. Let that peace quiet the fear. Let that peace become a welcome sign to life. Say again, my calm heart allows miracles to find me. My peaceful energy opens new doors. I trust life before I see the full answer. And as you say these words, feel yourself no longer waiting in fear, but standing in faith, not forcing, not chasing, not begging, simply opening, simply breathing, simply allowing life to move in the way it knows how to move. Close your eyes for a moment, or simply soften your gaze and let your heart become quiet. Take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Let the body know that it does not have to rush. Let the mind know that it does not have to solve everything right now. Let the heart know that it is safe to open, even if only a little. Imagine that you are standing in a peaceful place. The air is soft. The light around you is warm and golden. There is no hurry here. There is no pressure here. There is only stillness, kindness, and the quiet feeling that life is near. In front of you is a beautiful door. This door is not heavy or frightening. It is gentle. It is glowing with soft light. It feels like the doorway to a new life, but not a life you have to force open. It is a life you are being invited to receive. This door has been waiting for you, not because you were late, not because you failed, not because life was holding it away from you. It has been waiting for your heart to feel ready. It has been waiting for you to stop standing before it with fear in your hands. It has been waiting for you to understand that you do not open the next chapter by pushing harder. You open it by becoming willing. You open it by trusting. You open it by laying down what you were never meant to carry. Look down at your hands. In your hands, you are holding old waiting. You are holding old worry. You are holding the fear that nothing will change. You are holding the belief that life has forgotten you. You are holding the tired thought that says, I have to do everything alone. Feel how heavy these things are. Feel how long you have carried them. You may have carried them through many mornings, many nights, many prayers, many silent moments when no one knew how tired your heart felt. Now breathe gently and say, I do not have to carry this into my new life. Let that sentence be soft. I do not have to carry this into my new life. You do not need to hate what you have carried. These fears tried to protect you. These worries tried to help you feel ready. These old thoughts were doing what they knew how to do. But now you are learning another way. You are learning that trust can protect you better than fear. Peace can guide you better than panic. Love can open what force cannot. One by one, begin to place these heavy things down in front of the door. Place down the fear that you are behind. Place down the worry that you have missed your chance. Place down the pain of waiting, placed down alone, and the need to know exactly how everything will happen. Place down the belief that your good can only come in one way. Place down the old question, why is nothing moving? And replace it with a softer truth. Life is moving, and I am opening to it now. As you place these things down, notice how your hands become lighter. Notice how your chest begins to open. Notice how your breathing becomes easier. You do not have to walk into a new life carrying the weight of the old one. You are allowed to arrive lighter. You are allowed to arrive softer. You are allowed to arrive without every answer. You are allowed to arrive with trust. Now look again at the door. It is still glowing. It is still waiting. But now something is different. You are not standing before it with clenched hands. You are not demanding that it open. You are not begging it to prove that life loves you. You are simply standing there with an open heart. The door begins to open, not because you pushed it, but because you softened. It opens slowly, gently, naturally. And as it opens, warm light begins to move toward you. This light does not rush. It does not overwhelm you. It simply surrounds you with peace. It feels like love. It feels like safety. It feels like life saying, I was always here. I was always guiding you. I was always preparing the way. Take a breath and let that light touch your heart. Let it move through the places that have felt tired. Let it touch the places that have been afraid. Let it touch the part of you that thought nothing would ever change. Let it remind you that life can begin again in ways you cannot yet imagine. Say softly, I am ready to let life move in beautiful ways. Again, I am ready to let life move in beautiful ways. Do not force the feeling. Let the words be enough. Let them be a small yes. Let them be the key in your heart. Now imagine taking one gentle step through the door. Just one. You do not need to run. You do not need to know what is beyond every corner. You do not need to have the whole plan. You only need one step. As you step forward, you feel the ground beneath you is steady. You feel that life is not asking you to leap without support. Life is meeting your step with support. This new life does not have to look perfect all at once. It may begin as a new thought. It may begin as a peaceful morning. It may begin as a clear choice. It may begin as the courage to stop saying yes when your heart means no. It may begin as the kindness to speak to yourself in a softer way. It may begin as the simple feeling that maybe, just maybe, you are not stuck anymore. The doorway is not only outside of you, it is within you. Every time you choose trust over fear, a door opens. Every time you release control, a door opens. Every time you stop waiting for life to save you and begin loving yourself now, a door opens. Every time you say, I am willing to receive good, a door opens. There may have been times when you stood before this door and turned away because fear said, you are not ready. But readiness does not mean you feel no fear. Readiness means you are willing to take the next step with love, even while fear is still learning to rest. Readiness means you stop letting the old story decide what is possible. Readiness means you say, I do not need to be perfect to begin. Say softly, I do not need to be perfect to begin. Let that touch your heart. I do not need to be perfect to begin. So many dreams stay closed because people wait to feel ready in every way. They wait until there is no doubt, no fear, no question, no weakness. But life does not ask for perfect readiness. Life asks for willingness. A willing heart can open many doors. Look around this new space beyond the door. It is peaceful. It is simple. It is filled with gentle light. You may not see every detail yet, and that is all right. You can feel that it is good. You can feel that it is safe. You can feel that something has shifted. You are not the same person who was standing outside the door with heavy hands. You are now someone who has chosen to lay down the old weight. You are now someone who has stepped forward with trust. This is how life begins to move, not always with a loud sign, not always with a sudden answer. Sometimes it begins with a quiet inner yes, a yes to peace, a yes to healing, a yes to the next step, a yes to being guided, a yes to not carrying the old fear anymore. Say, yes, life, I am open. Yes, life, I am willing. Yes, life, I trust the next step. Let those words become the sound of the door opening inside you. Let them remind you that you do not have to keep waiting outside your own life. You can enter now. You can begin now. You can breathe now. You can receive now. And if fear comes with you, let it come gently. You do not have to leave parts of yourself behind. Bring the fear into the light. Bring the doubt into the light. Bring the tired heart into the light. Let the light teach every part of you that the new life is not a place of pressure. It is a place of love. It is a place where you are allowed to grow slowly. It is a place where you are allowed to be supported. The door of a new life opens each time you stop forcing the handle and begin trusting the timing. It opens each time you choose peace before proof. It opens each time you remember that life is not outside of you, far away, waiting to begin. Life is already here, moving in your breath, your thoughts, your choices, your willingness. Take another gentle breath. Feel yourself standing in this new light. Feel your hands open. Feel your heart open. Feel the old weight on the ground behind you. You do not need to pick it back up. You can leave it there. You can keep walking. Say softly, I leave the old fear behind. I walk forward with trust. I am ready to let life move in beautiful ways. And as these words settle in you, feel the truth of them. You are not forcing. You are not chasing. You are not begging. You are opening. And when you open, life begins to meet you. Trust does not mean standing still forever. Trust does not mean waiting for life to do everything while you hide from your own heart. Trust means you move when the next step is given. It means you act franchement, romp peace instead of panic. It means you listen for the quiet feeling inside that says, this way, just this one step. Many people believe they must know the whole path before they begin. They want to see every turn, every answer, every result, every safe place, every promise. They want to know that nothing will hurt, nothing will fail, nothing will surprise them. But life does not usually show the whole path at once. Life shows the next step, and when you take that step, the next one appears, then the next, then the next. You do not need to know the whole road to begin walking. You only need to know the step that is in front of you. This is where faith becomes real. Faith is not only a thought. Faith is not only a feeling. Faith is the quiet courage to move gently with life, even when the full picture is not yet clear. Say softly, I take one gentle step and life meets me there. Again, I take one gentle step and life meets me there. Let this be simple. Let it take the pressure away. You are not being asked to change everything today. You are not being asked to understand the whole future. You are being asked to take one loving step. One gentle step may be making the phone call. One gentle step may be resting when your body is tired. One gentle step may be saying no to something that drains you. One gentle step may be cleaning one small corner of your space. One gentle step may be writing one honest sentence in a journal. One gentle step may be forgiving yourself for yesterday. One gentle step may be choosing a kind thought when the old harsh thought returns. Do not judge the size of the step. The soul does not measure growth the way the world does. The world may say, do more, move faster, prove yourself. But the soul says, be honest, be gentle, be present, keep opening. A small step taken in trust is more powerful than a large step taken in fear. Sometimes we do not move because we think the step is too small to matter. We say, what difference will one breath make? What difference will one kind thought make? What difference will one small action make? But every new life is built from small choices. A peaceful life is built from peaceful moments. A loving relationship with yourself is built from loving words spoken again and again. A new path is built by taking one step, then another. Do not wait for a perfect plan. Waiting for the perfect plan can become another form of fear. The mind may say, not yet. You are not ready. You need more proof. You need more time. You need to be sure. But sometimes the need to be sure keeps you from receiving the guidance that only comes after you begin. Movement teaches, action reveals. The next step often becomes clear only after you take the first one. This does not mean rushing. This does not mean forcing. This means listening. There is a difference between a fearful push and a peaceful step. A fearful push feels tight. It says, if I do not do this now, everything will fall apart. A peaceful step feels clear. It may still feel new, but it does not feel violent to your spirit. It says, this is the next honest thing. This is the next loving thing. This is the next true thing. Learn to feel the difference. Your body often knows. Your heart often knows. Peace may be quiet, but it is wise. Fear may be loud, but it is not always truthful. When fear speaks loudly, pause, breathe, ask, what is the loving next step? Not the perfect step, not the step that solves everything. The loving next step. Say softly, I listen for the loving next step. I trust the quiet guidance within me. I move with peace, not panic. These words can help you return to yourself when the mind becomes loud. You do not have to follow every urgent thought. You do not have to obey every fear. You can pause and ask life to guide you. Taking one gentle step also means you stop waiting for confidence to arrive before you move. Confidence often grows after the step, not before. You may not feel strong until you act. You may not feel clear until you begin. You may not feel brave until you have already placed one foot forward. This is normal. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving with love while fear is still learning to calm down. Maybe you have been waiting to feel completely ready, but readiness may come as you walk. The first step may be shaky. The voice may tremble. The hands may feel unsure. The heart may ask, can I really do this? And still, you can take the step. You can take it gently. You can take it slowly. You can take it with life beside you. Say, I am allowed to begin before I feel fully ready. I am allowed to learn as I go. I am allowed to grow one step at a time. Let these words be kind to the part of you that thinks it must know everything before beginning. You do not have to know everything. You are allowed to learn. You are allowed to make adjustments. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to ask for help. You are allowed to be a human being on a healing path. There is deep peace in taking the next step without demanding the whole answer. It brings you back to the present. It says, this is where my power is. Not in controlling next year, not in fixing every possible outcome. My power is here, in this choice, in this breath, in this thought, in this step. The mind may run into the future and bring back fear. It may say, what if this does not work? What if I choose wrong? What if I fail? What if I regret it? When this happens, bring the mind back gently. Say, thank you for trying to protect me. But right now, I only need the next step. This is how you train the mind to come home. The next step is enough. The next breath is enough. The next loving choice is enough. Sometimes one gentle step is not about doing more. Sometimes it is about doing less. Sometimes it is about stepping away from what is not peaceful. Sometimes it is about not answering the message right away. Sometimes it is about not returning to the old habit. Sometimes it is about not speaking to yourself with cruelty. Sometimes the most powerful step is the one where you stop walking toward what hurts you. This too is movement. Rest can be movement. B. Boundaries can be movement. Silence can be movement. Forgiveness can be movement. Waiting with trust can be movement. You do not have to prove that life is moving by being busy every moment. Sometimes the soul moves deepest when the body becomes still. Ask yourself gently, what is life asking of me now? Not what fear is demanding, not what others expect, not what the old story says. What is life asking now? Maybe life is asking you to soften. Maybe life is asking you to speak. Maybe life is asking you to rest. Maybe life is asking you to release. Maybe life is asking you to begin. Whatever the step is, take it with love. Do not drag yourself. Do not shame yourself. Do not say, I should have done this sooner. Just begin where you are. Every new beginning happens in the present moment. You cannot begin yesterday. You cannot begin tomorrow. You begin here. Say, I begin here. I begin with love. I begin one gentle step at a time. These are simple words, but they carry great power. They take you out of the past and out of the future. They bring you back to the only place where life can move through you, now. When you take one gentle step, you send a message to life. You say, I am willing, and life responds to willingness. It may not show the whole path immediately, but it brings the next sign, the next idea, the next opening, the next support. You may notice a conversation that helps you. You may receive a clear feeling. You may find the courage to do the next right thing. You may suddenly understand something that was confusing before. This is why movement matters. Not forced movement, not fearful movement, gentle movement, aligned movement, movement that comes from the heart. Think of a small lamp in a dark hallway. It may not light the whole house, but it lights enough for the next step. Then, as you walk, another light appears. This is how guidance often works. You receive enough light for now. Not because life is keeping you in the dark, but because now is where your power lives. You do not need the light for every step. You need the light for this step. Say softly, I trust the light I have today. I trust the step I can see today. I trust life to show me more as I move. Let this remove the pressure. You can stop demanding perfect certainty. You can stop waiting for every fear to disappear. You can stop thinking that the path must be fully visible before you begin. You can walk gently with the light you have. And if the step you take does not lead where you expected, do not call it failure. Sometimes a step teaches you what is not yours. Sometimes a step brings clarity. Sometimes a step closes one path so the right one can open. Nothing is wasted when you are listening. Nothing is wasted when you are learning. Nothing is wasted when you meet life with love. You are allowed to adjust. You are allowed to turn. You are allowed to choose again. Trust is not rigid. Trust flows. Trust listens. Trust says, even if this step changes, I am still guided. So take the step that is yours today, not someone else's step, not the step the world says she would take. Your step, the one that feels honest, the one that feels kind, the one that brings you closer to peace. Maybe your step today is simply believing that change is possible. Maybe it is speaking one affirmation. Maybe it is drinking water and caring for your body. Maybe it is opening your hands and saying, "Life, guide me." Do not make it complicated. The path of healing is often simple, but we make it heavy with fear. Life is not asking you to carry the mountain. Life is asking you to take the next step on the path. And when you take it, life meets you there. Say once more, I take one gentle step, and life meets me there. I move with peace. I trust the next step. I am guided as I go. Feel these words in your heart. You are no longer waiting for the whole road to appear. You are walking with faith. And as you walk, life begins to move with you. Sometimes life is already moving, but we do not notice because we are looking only for the big change. We are looking for the final answer, the open door, the healed body, the clear path, the perfect sign. And because the big thing has not arrived yet, we say, nothing is happening. But my dear, life often begins with small movements. Quiet movements, gentle movements. Movements that can be missed if the heart is only searching for something loud. A calmer breath is movement. A softer thought is movement. A moment of rest is movement. A new idea is movement. The courage to say no is movement. The ability to pause before reacting is movement. The desire to heal is movement. The fact that you are listening to words of love instead of feeding fear is movement. Do not dismiss these things. They are the small beginnings of a new life. Gratitude helps you see what is already moving. It turns your eyes away from only what is missing and helps you notice what is present. Gratitude does not deny your desires. It does not say, do not want more. It simply says, while I am opening to more, I will bless what is already here. This is powerful. A grateful heart is not a heart that has everything. A grateful heart is a heart that knows life is still giving, even in small ways. Say softly, I am grateful for the good that is already moving in my life. Again, I am grateful for the good that is already moving in my life. Let this sentence bring your attention back to the small blessings, the breath in your body, the ground beneath you, the part of you that still believes in healing, the quiet strength that brought you here. When you thank life for the small signs, you begin to see more of them. Not because life was not giving before, but because your eyes become open. You may notice the way morning light enters a room. You may notice the kindness in a simple word. You may notice that your body feels a little less tense than yesterday. You may notice that you did not believe the old fear as quickly as before. These are all signs. These are all movements. These are all pieces of grace. The mind often says, that is not enough. It looks at a small blessing and says, but where is the big one? It looks at a small change and says, but I wanted everything to change. It looks at a small sign and says, but I need proof. The mind can be hard to satisfy when it is afraid, but the heart understands small things. The heart knows that a tiny seed can become a tree. The heart knows that one spark can begin a fire. The heart knows that one kind thought can change the direction of a day. Gratitude teaches the mind to become gentle. It says, look again. Something good is here. Not everything. Not all at once, but something. And when you bless that something, your energy changes. You stop standing in lack and begin standing in appreciation. You stop saying, life gives me nothing, and begin saying, life is giving, and I am learning to receive. Say, I notice what is good. I bless what is growing. I thank life for every small sign. Let these words guide your attention. Attention is powerful. What you focus on grows in your awareness. If you focus only on what is missing, your life begins to feel empty, even when support is near. If you focus on what is here, your heart begins to feel held, even while more is coming. This does not mean you ignore pain. Gratitude is not pretending. Gratitude is not saying everything is fine when your heart is hurting. Gratitude is saying, yes, this is hard, and yes, there is still something here that supports me. It makes room for both truth and hope. You can cry and still be grateful for the breath that carries you. You can feel uncertain and still be grateful for the small light that remains. You can want change and still be grateful for the strength that is growing within you. There is deep healing in this, because when you can find one blessing in the middle of uncertainty, you remind yourself that life has not left you. You remind yourself that good is not gone. You remind yourself that the present moment is not only a problem to solve, it is also a place where love can be found. Look gently at your life today, not with judgment, not with the question, why is this not better? Look with the question, what is already moving? Maybe your answer is very small. Maybe you say, I woke up today. That is movement. Maybe you say, I took a breath. That is movement. Maybe you say, I did not give up. That is movement. Maybe you say, I want to believe again. That is movement. Bless it. Bless the small beginning. Bless the quiet strength. Bless the part of you that is trying. Bless the courage it takes to live through a season you do not fully understand. Bless the heart that has been hurt but still wants to open. That heart is a miracle. Say softly, I bless the good that is here. I bless the good that is coming. I bless the good that is growing within me. Gratitude changes the feeling inside your body. Fear tightens. Gratitude softens. Fear says, there is not enough. Gratitude says, something is here and more can come. Fear says, I am alone. Gratitude says, I am being supported in ways I may not always see. Fear says, nothing is moving. Gratitude says, I can notice the movement that has already begun. When you begin to notice movement, you create a new relationship with life. You stop demanding that life prove itself only through big events. You begin to see life in small gifts, a moment of peace, a useful idea, a person who speaks kindly, a delay that saves you from the wrong thing, a closed door that guides you elsewhere, a quiet feeling that says, keep going. These small gifts are not accidents. They are reminders. They are life saying, I am here. And when you respond with gratitude, you open the channel wider. You become easier to bless because you are no longer blind to blessing. You become easier to guide because you are no longer arguing with every step. You become easier to support because your heart is no longer closed by the belief that support is not there. Say, I am willing to see how life supports me. I am willing to notice the good. I am willing to receive with a grateful heart. This willingness can change a day. It can change the way you wake up. It can change the way you speak to yourself. It can change how you respond to delays. It can change how you wait. Instead of waiting with fear, you begin waiting with appreciation. Instead of saying, where is it? You begin saying, thank you for what is already here, and thank you for what is on its way. There is a beautiful power in thanking life before the full answer arrives. It is a way of trusting. It is a way of saying, I believe good is moving, even before I see the whole form. This kind of gratitude is not empty. It is faith. It is the heart choosing to live as if it is loved, and you are loved. Not because everything is perfect, not because you have done everything right, not because you have no fear. You are loved because you are life itself, expressing, growing, learning, becoming. You are part of the same life that moves the stars, opens flowers, grows trees, and brings the sun each morning. This life is not separate from you. It is breathing you right now. Thank the breath. Thank the body. Thank the heart. Thank the lesson. Thank the small sign. Thank the unseen support. Thank the strength you did not know you had. Thank the future that is forming in ways you cannot yet see. Say softly, thank you, life, for moving in me. Thank you, life, for guiding me. Thank you, life, for the good already here and the good on its way. Let gratitude become a daily practice, but keep it simple. You do not need a perfect ritual. you do not need many words. You can begin with 3 small things. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for the chance to begin again. That is enough. Simple gratitude, repeated often, opens the heart. At night, before you sleep, you can place your hand over your heart and ask, "What moved today?" Maybe the answer is small. Maybe you noticed a little more peace. Maybe you made one better choice. Maybe you felt one moment of hope. Maybe you rested instead of pushing. Maybe you spoke kindly instead of criticizing yourself. Write it in your heart. Bless it. Let your body sleep with the feeling that life is not standing still. In the morning, before the mind begins to worry, you can say, "Today, I will notice what is moving." This prepares your eyes to see good. It prepares your mind to look for support. It prepares your heart to receive. And throughout the day, when fear says, "Nothing is changing," you can answer, "I am willing to see the small changes." Small changes become large changes when they are loved. A seed grows when it is cared for. A new thought grows when it is repeated. Peace grows when it is practiced. Trust grows when it is chosen again and again. Gratitude is the water you give to the good that is growing. Do not wait until everything is perfect to be grateful. Be grateful, and you will feel more supported as things unfold. Do not wait until the big miracle arrives to thank life. Thank life for the little miracles, and your heart will become ready to receive more. Do not wait until you feel completely healed to bless your journey. Bless your journey now, and healing will have a softer place to grow. Say again, "I am grateful for the good that is already moving in my life. I notice the small signs. I bless the quiet changes. I trust the good that is still unseen." Let these words fill you with peace. Life is moving, maybe softly, maybe slowly, maybe in hidden ways, but it is moving. And the more you notice, the more you will feel supported. The more you feel supported, the more you will open. The more you open, the more life can flow. Life was never asking you to become perfect before it could love you. Life was never waiting for you to have all the answers. Life was never standing far away saying, "Prove yourself first." Life has been here all along, breathing with you, guiding you, holding you, offering you another chance to open. The truth is gentle and powerful. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not stuck in the way fear has told you. The moment you stop waiting in fear and begin trusting in love, something begins to move. It may move first in your breath, then in your thoughts, then in your choices, then in the world around you. But it begins, and every beginning is sacred. For so long, you may have believed that life needed to change before you could open your heart. But now you can see that opening your heart is what allows life to change. You do not have to wait for every problem to be solved before you become peaceful. You do not have to wait for every answer before you trust. You do not have to wait for every door to open before you believe you are guided. You can begin here. You can begin now. You can begin with this breath. You can begin by saying, I am ready. Not ready in the way the mind demands. Not ready because you have no fear. Not ready because everything is perfect. Ready because you are willing. Ready because you are tired of fighting life. Ready because your heart wants to live with more peace. Ready because a new part of you is waking up. Say softly, I am ready. Let it be simple. I am ready. Say, I am open. Say, I trust life. Say, everything is moving for my highest good. Let each sentence become a key in the heart. Let each one unlock a place that has been closed. You do not need to shout these words. You do not need to force them. Whisper them with love. The soul hears whispers. Life begins to move when your heart stops saying no to every unknown thing. It begins to move when you stop making fear the guide. It begins to move when you stop telling yourself that nothing good can happen. It begins to move when you become willing to see yourself, your life, and your future with softer eyes. This does not mean you will never feel afraid again. It means fear is no longer the only voice you listen to. This does not mean you will never have questions again. It means questions no longer have to close your heart. This does not mean every day will feel easy. It means even on hard days, you can return to love. Return to love when the mind worries. Return to love when the future feels unclear. Return to love when old pain rises. Return to love when you forget your own light. Return to love again and again and again. This is the practice. This is the path. This is how the heart becomes free. The life that is meant for you is not reached through fear. It is reached through trust. It is reached through the thoughts you choose. It is reached through the way you speak to yourself. It is reached through the gentle steps you take when the whole road is not visible. It is reached through the small openings you allow each day. Maybe today you open by forgiving yourself. Maybe today you open by resting. Maybe today you open by no longer repeating the old story. Maybe today you open by saying, I do not know how, but I trust that life is helping me. Maybe today you open by noticing one blessing and saying thank you. These small openings matter. They tell life, I am no longer closed to good. Say, I am no longer closed to good. I am open to peace. I am open to healing. I am open to new movement. Feel the tenderness in these words. You are not demanding. You are allowing. You are not pushing. You are receiving. You are not standing outside your own life anymore. You are stepping in. There is a deep peace in knowing that you do not have to do life alone. Even when no one else sees what you are carrying, life sees. Even when no one else understands the private battles of your heart, life understands. Even when you feel unsure, life is still moving with you. The breath comes, the morning comes, the next step comes, the inner wisdom comes, grace comes. Life knows how to reach you. Life knows how to guide you. Life knows how to bring the right thing at the right time. Your work is not to control every detail. Your work is to open, to listen, to trust, to act when guided, to rest when needed, to speak kindly to yourself, to stop waiting for permission to live. You have permission now. You have permission to be peaceful before everything is fixed. You have permission to be grateful before everything is complete. You have permission to begin again before you feel ready. You have permission to receive good without earning it through suffering. You have permission to let life become lighter. Say softly, I give myself permission to live now. I give myself permission to receive now. I give myself permission to trust now. These words can break the spell of waiting. They remind you that your life is not only in the future, it is here, it is happening now. It is moving through this breath. It is asking you to meet it with love. Think of how much energy it takes to keep the heart closed, to guard every feeling, to expect disappointment, to control every detail, to imagine the worst, to keep saying, not yet, I cannot relax yet, I cannot trust yet, I cannot be happy yet. That is a heavy way to live. You do not have to keep living that way. You can let the shoulders drop. You can unclench the hands. You can soften the jaw. You can let the breath deepen. You can say, I have carried fear long enough. I am ready to carry peace. And even if you do not know how to carry peace perfectly, you can begin by holding one peaceful thought. Say, I have carried fear long enough. I am ready to carry peace. I am ready to walk with life instead of against it. Let these words become a turning point, not a loud one, not a dramatic one, a quiet one. The kind of turning point that happens deep inside where your future begins to be shaped. Life was waiting for you to open, but not with judgment. Life was waiting with patience, like the sun waiting behind the curtain, like the river waiting for you to step in, like the seed waiting for the right warmth. Life does not punish you for being afraid. Life keeps offering. Life keeps inviting. Life keeps whispering, come closer, trust me, let me show you. And now you can answer, I am here, I am open, I am willing. The next chapter may not arrive all at once. That is okay. Let it come gently. Let it come in pieces. Let it come through small signs, small choices, small blessings, small acts of courage. Do not make the new life heavy by demanding that it appear perfectly. Let it unfold. Let it breathe. Let it surprise you. Say, I allow my life to unfold gently. I allow good to come in the right way. I allow myself to be guided. The more you allow, the more life can move. The more you trust, the more peace you feel. The more peace you feel, the clearer your next step becomes. And step by step, thought by thought, breath by breath, you begin to see that you were never truly stuck. You were being invited to open. Take one more slow breath and let it reach the deepest part of you. Let it reach the place that has been waiting. Let it reach the place that has been afraid. Let it reach the place that thought life would only begin after everything changed. Now let this truth settle gently in your heart. Life can begin moving right here. Not someday, not when everything is perfect, not when every question has an answer. Here, in this breath, in this moment, in this quiet choice to trust again. You stopped waiting for life to change when you remembered the change begins inside. You stopped waiting when you chose peace before proof. You stopped waiting when you laid down the seas, need to force the future. You stopped waiting when you gave thanks for the small signs already here. You stopped waiting when you opened your heart and said, I am ready to let life move in beautiful ways. And from that opening, everything can begin. Maybe the outside world still looks the same for a little while. Do not let that frighten you. The first movement is often invisible. A seed moves underground before it rises. A river moves beneath the surface before you notice the current. A prayer moves through unseen places before it becomes form. Trust the hidden movement. Trust the quiet beginning. Trust the soft change happening within you now. You do not have to chase what belongs to you. You do not have to beg life to remember you. You do not have to prove that you are worthy of good. You are already worthy. You are already loved. You are already held. The more you relax into this truth, the more you allow life to reach you. Place your hand over your heart and speak these words softly. I am ready. I am open. I trust life. I release fear. I choose peace. I take one gentle step. I am grateful for what is already moving. Everything is moving for my highest good. Let every word become a blessing. Let every word become a new beginning. Let every word remind your body that it is safe to soften. You do not have to carry the old waiting anymore. You do not have to live as if life is far away. Life is here. Love is here. Guidance is here. Peace is here. The door is open now. Not because you forced it, not because you became perfect, not because you solved everything. The door is open because your heart is open, and an open heart is where life begins again. So walk gently, breathe slowly, trust the next step. Notice the small signs. Thank life for what is here and what is coming. Let your days become softer. Let your thoughts become kinder. Let your spirit remember that you are not alone. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are being guided in this very moment. Life is moving, and you are open to receive